Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Allahayanawa Bahasham, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakodash. Shalom. My name is Gabar Ban Yasharala, Israelite foreigner. And just want to sort of touch on the kharagma, okay, and the build up towards it. And the kharagma, if you're not familiar with that specific term, it is the mark, okay. And if you've got some kind of a little bit of intellect and a little bit of knowledge of what's going on in the world, even if it's a worldly knowledge, you should know what is the M to the O to the T to the B. I'll leave it there. Okay. Okay. First of all, I just want to begin with the digital wallet. Okay. What it is, digital wallet, right? Also known as e-wallet, is an electronic device, online service, or software program. Basically, you make transactions with one party from another, or B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to customer, and vice versa. And obviously, there's certain challenges and stipulations involved with this, but you got to check out how they're trying to sort of, because a lot of people sort of, you analyze everything, to sort of like get a better understanding, get better clarity as well. And if you've got a spiritual eye, you can see, what's going on. Okay. And I clicked on this. Said, do I need a digital wallet? You don't necessarily need a digital wallet. Okay, you don't need it. Like they said, oh, don't take the so-and-so in your arm when that thing started about 2.5 years ago. You know what I'm talking about, where people are dropping dead. You don't necessarily need a digital wallet. However, they offer a convenient way to pay for your purchases because you don't have to carry credit and debit cards around. This also increases card security. You can't lose your cards if you don't carry them. Okay? Now, you can't lose your cards. You can't lose your debit cards. You can't lose your car keys if it gets, when it gets to that level. You can't lose anything. But then what happens? You may lose your mobile phone or it may get stolen. Right? And in this day and age of technology and, especially these young kids, that have born with a mobile phone in their hand, they're pretty sharp. They're pretty sharp with, the dark web and how to sort of bypass certain firewalls and etc. etc. I'm just using some technical jargon that I heard of. I'm not a techie though. They can do certain things. They know a hell of a lot more than my generation do. Like my son, he knows a hell of a lot more than I do regarding IT. He knows things, that I think, whoa, damn, you know that, It's just one of these ones, and he's just like on a basic level. And what about the ones that are sort of like what you call them, scammers or whatever, right? That do things like that. So then what they're gonna do? Okay, you can lose your mobile phone. Okay, first of all, what they're trying to do is, okay, you could lose your wallet, you could lose your cards. Then they can say, okay, you could lose your mobile phone, it could be stolen. Then what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? Is this, right? Wallet More, right, is a European-based, okay, Polish-British startup, because there's a lot of Polish people here in the UK. I'm sure you got an influx of them in the States as well, because they're everywhere. I'm talking about Polacks that are fresh off the boat. World's first payment chip that can be implanted under the skin, launched by a Polish-British startup. Okay, and this is what, April the 14th, 2021, just over a year ago. Okay, from when I last checked, they've got in the UK probably, this number is probably amplified by now by times 10. They said they've got 2,000 people chipped, and it's like about 200 quid, which is about $200 in the US and £200 over here if you want to get get yourself kharagma. You know, I mean, look at the picture they're showing. And it's funny that Esau gravitates towards images and colors and all that kind of stuff because they're using two Edomites. They're looking at using a nice looking Edomite woman there and a scraggly looking cracker right next to her, with both with blonde hair. To sort of give that image. What Esau believes in, and she's smiling away while the man is paying or whatever. You know, sitting at a restaurant, sort of a sunny day or whatever. And this is all done by design. You know, that's why it's called marketing. Marketing is witchcraft, really, if you want to look at it that way, because they figure out ways how to get at people's minds and thoughts and uh, how to make them purchase, how to make them do things. But those with transparency and those that sort of understand, and if the Lord gives you that little bit of intellect and transparency and spirit to sort of analyze this and take and eliminate the BS, you'll know what's going on. Okay. A Polish-British startup claims to have created the world's first microchip implant that can be inserted under the skin and used to make contactless payments at any car terminal. Okay, I'm not going to go into the world's first microchip implant. We know that it's been around for a while. Okay, but they're using these guys as a shop front, so to speak. Walletmore's device consists of a microprocessor for storing encrypted payment data, as well as a proximity antenna to connect to nearby terminals. Both are sealed in a capsule made from biocompatible materials. Okay, so basically, you can't lose. You can lose your wallet. Boom, put it in your mobile phone. Digital wallet. You can lose your digital wallet, your mobile phone. Boom. What you gonna do? They're gonna put it in your hand. Huh? I mean, when this thing kicks off and people that don't want to take the kharagma, you're going to get a lot of people having their hands chopped off, man. Seriously, they'll probably use that hand, you know, uh, and sort of like make some kind of artificial attachment, and sort of like put it on their hand, you know, how you pretend where you got no hand, like just sort of like attach it to your hand where you can sort of scan and buy food and stuff like that. People are going to try and do stuff like that. People will get desperate. The ones that don't want to take the kharagma, it's going to get to that level. And obviously, they're going to use the other aspect as well with a lot of women. To get at the women, they're going to talk about finances, and they're going to talk about, especially for Edomites, pets, and then children. Oh, you could lose your pet, you could lose your children. Oh, Scruffy, I don't want to lose Scruffy. Oh, I want to get Scruffy chipped. Oh, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose Timmy, and I don't want to lose uh, 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 Becky or whatever, or Becca, their daughter or whatever, son and daughter. Oh, let me get them chipped. It's going to get to that. They're slowly building it up. They're turning up the heat slowly, 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 slowly. So you get used to it. I remember in the 80s, like my mother used to go to on a Saturday, every Saturday to take out cash from the bank. She never used a hole in the wall, cash point, to take out cash, because like cards and credit cards, was a sort of a new thing. We're talking early to mid 80s, right? They were around, but they weren't used on a heavy scale. People still prefer to hold cash and then take out cash just to do shopping or whatever and have cash for the week. Nowadays, just use a card. So they started advertising the card then, and by the time it was like, late 80s, right, early 90s, everybody was using the card. It was a combination of card and cash. Now it's just all card. Next thing is going to be digital wallet. The digital wallet to the M.O.T.B to the kharagma. It's a slow thing. This is a process that's been going on for the last 40 years. Okay, and we're coming to the culmination, the end of this thing, man. Another one, Ratazar, this thing speeds up, really speeds up. I really hope so, man. Just the thought of being here another couple of years just annoys the ish out of me. Salakia there for that, but patience. I know patience is a virtue, but hey, the flesh is just tired of this place, man. Tired of seeing these devils. Tired of it, man. Tired of it. And they say, I believe that one day implants will be as popular as payment cards. See that? Before it was cash was really popular as it's supposed, well, the fiat currency. And then they said this probably 35, 40 years ago. Yeah, we're gonna have payment cards going to be as popular as cash. Now implants will be as popular as payment cards. This guy was Wusik Paproda. I don't know how you pronounce that, man. Wusiek, whatever his name is, who is a founder of London-based Wallet More, but hails from the Polish city of Lublin. Lublin. Very similar, isn't it, to Dublin and Ireland. Lublin. Told Notes from Poland. He argued that the speed of global take-up of other technologies that are safe, convenient, and aggregate more data is encouraging. Here we go, and this is in speech marks. Our payment implant cannot be forgotten or lost, Proda told Lublin EU. This means that unlike a standard payment card, it cannot end up in the wrong hands. It will not fall out of our wallet and no one will take it from there. The implant cannot be scanned, photographed, or hacked. Okay, it can't be hacked. All right, so that goes out of the window, the hand being chopped off and stuff. All right, okay. But we'll see when the time comes, but people are still going to try that. Walletmore's implant is 0.5 millimeter long and weighs less than 1 gram and costs and it comes at a cost of 199 euros. That looks like a pound, but that's a euro symbol. 199 euros, which is probably around about, I don't know, 195 pound or something, about 200 quid. In the States, it's $200, but must also be sewn into the body, usually the hand. This can be done by specialists at every medical aesthetics clinic, says the firm. The implant is passive, meaning that it does not require a power source. It's passive. It's being powered from somewhere because it's a foreign object in your system, where you're going to get scabs and cancers from, Okay, the company says that it already has 200 users following its recent launch. Of these, 34 are in Poland, where the company led one of the first marketing drives. Okay, so 34 in Poland, and the other, 100 and my maths is 165, 166 or so are in the UK. Okay, this is a year ago, so it's definitely doubled. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go into Revelation 13:16 quickly. Usually use the other King James Bible app, but I thought, I want to learn the blue letter more, and the blue letter is beautiful, man. You just click into tools, it's lovely, straight up. I don't know what else to say. I just use the term lovely, but it's just breaks it down piece by piece, man. Every single word. Check this out. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Look at this. Check this out. Let me read it from here, man. Okay, and he calls us. Okay, what should we? Let me go to. Okay, Revelation 13:14. We'll start there. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And that wound by a sword is what? It's the charagma, and when they inject that thing into you, right? Okay, and they're making a pact where the Lord has a mark, a spiritual mark, where the Lord, the elect have the name, and the ones who don't have it, and will take this mark because this is their world, this is their end. They can't see past this queendom or kingdom that's dwindling, that's circling the drain hole. The toilet is about to be flushed on this queendom, man. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't take it, they're going to take you out. And obviously they want to take out the ones that haven't taken it and also haven't taken the 19 waters in their arm. Why? Because they want to chop your heads off and keep your body and blood for their own use. And especially if you're an Israelite, right? especially if you're an Israelite and you look like an Israelite, you got the original look, or they're gonna definitely want your body parts and your blood and all that kind of stuff. And that's what they were doing, because the ones that have taken the the 19 wars, in their arm, or what, they're no good to them, no good, because those motherfuckers are dying with the HIV and all sorts of other diseases, man. The MP that's coming out now, and the multitude of other diseases that these Edomites are going to push. Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, like a barcode. Okay, so let's just go here where they break down the words, man. Okay, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Actually, 1 second. Okay, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Okay, a mark. And in Hebrew, it's what? Charagma. Let's see.
Strong's G 5480. Kharagma. Kharagma.
Okay, kharagma. Kharagma. What's the meaning of kharagma? A stamp or brand. Okay, in Greek, a stamp or brand. Okay, in English, a mark. And you know what? Over the last year or two, I've been seeing the definitions being eliminated or taken away, unless I'm missing the. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Be sure that. Okay. He said mark. He used to say mark and incision. He was quite detailed and specific before, but they're changing certain words and removing certain words and adding certain words, you know. But the fact of the matter is, it's a mark, okay? And this is a literal mark, okay? A stamp or brand is a literal mark. Now, if you get a tattoo, okay, because some of us got those things done before we knew what the score was with tattoos, right? It's permanent, isn't it? You know, right? It's permanent. And a brand is permanent. Like you see those American football Jake players, they got those they're branded on the arm, you know. Um, that's a brand, that's a stamp. Okay, here when you go into the blue letter, it would say incision, cutting into the flesh, and even a tattoo cuts into the flesh. That thing is a little sword. That little tattoo gun is a little sword, the pointy thing. Okay, so this is the mark, man. Okay, the mark is not dealing with Edomite women. Okay, you Jakes out there don't want to deal with Edomite women, fine. More for us, man, because I like Edomite women. Okay, it is not worshipping Caesar Borgia. It's not doing none of the other ish. Okay, how can you buy or sell by saying, listen, you go to a store, say, listen, I want that bottle of Martell, or that bottle of Remy, or bottle of whatever kind of vodka you like, or beer, whatever, a couple of beers. Oh yeah, okay, I worship Jeebus. Yeah, I light candle to that so and so, and I to Saint this and Saint that, whatever. And so yeah, give that to me. It don't work like that, man. Okay, all you camps out there, the other camps out there that are teaching lies, that's on you. But over here, even someone as small as me, that has limited amount of knowledge but still learning, Lord willing, I follow the elders, apostles, and bishops and prophets of Great Millstone, man. They're the mouthpieces of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, as well as the affiliate camps, man. That are joined unto them and teach under the same doctrine, man. And there's quite a few that I can name from the top of my head. Like M.O.T.B, and there's another brother as well, Yahweh the Maccabees. That brother's cool too. I like, there's a couple others, man. There's so many, and you lot better get with it. I just want to quickly click on this, pay a little a little, a few minutes of this vid. Hopefully, the video won't get taken down. This is dated 20th of August 2022. Okay, Australia keeps coming up in a lot of this because Australia is a huge landmass. Okay, it's more or less got the same amount of people the UK has. Okay, but the UK can be fitted into the state of Texas 5 times, and Australia is one big land, bro. Okay, and I think they want to get everyone kharagma'd over in Australia because people can hide out in the mountains or whatever. I've never been to Australia, so I don't know what the landscape's like. But what you see on the movies and TV, growing up, it's a huge landmass. There's people can hide out wherever they've got to hide out, and they want to make it easy to track everyone just in case they do try and run. So that's why I think they're trying it over there first, possibly. Um, this is what I'm gauging from the news. I haven't watched every news channel, but Australia keeps coming up. But nevertheless, it's still going to happen all over the world when it does go down. Because that can be a domino effect. Boom, 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 boom. You know, domino effect. The way the Twin Towers went down. The way when Esau blamed that on the Ishmaelites. It's going to be like that. This building's going down, and the whole place is going to go down. And let it go. It can't go down soon enough, man. Okay, this is day the 20th of August 2022. Let's see what the
from one of our views. Martin North, John Adams, in the interest of the people. John, what's all this rubbish? Martin, only a couple of days ago did I get an email from one of our viewers who was deeply concerned that they had received an email campaign from their bank, an Australian bank, Suncorp, who is putting this idea out there as to whether their customers want to be microchipped. And the argument was that by being microchipped, it could drive efficiencies for customers in terms of their interaction with the financial system.
You heard that. It's all about efficiency. This is what they're trying to push. Everything being seamless. Seamless meaning everything being straightforward, no hiccups, no hurdles to jump over, just boom, boom, boom. You want to buy something? Yeah, boom, scan, I'm at the door. Seamless, financially sound, no worry about somebody jacking your card, you being jacked for your card or whatever, because everything's in your hand. You don't have to carry nothing. You can scan your front door. You don't need a fob if you work in some kind of building. If you work in security and you're checking levels of a building, let's just say there's 10 levels to a building or whatever, and you're the only security guard there, you got to go from floor to floor every 2 hours or whatever. You can just scan yourself through every part of the building. You don't need no keys, none of that. It's going to make your work lighter. This is how they're going to push it. A lot of these worldly people are going to take it, man. They're going to take it. And good riddance to them. Let them take it.
So we're going to get into this because I think this is a very big, shocking revelation. But we have been on a crusade, you and I, for many years about economic freedom, freedom in general, not being surveilled by government, surveilled by big banks. And obviously that's why we fought the cash ban. And we were successful and to say to the government, we want to engage in commerce without you knowing what we're doing. And now we have at least one bank in Australia saying to the customers, how about we put a microchip into your hand so that anytime you want to do banking, supposedly it's more convenient, but in reality, the bank will have all sorts of information implanted into someone's hand. It is completely nuts. And this is just another example of again, so a couple of years ago, when someone would suggest something along these lines, it's a conspiracy theory, and we always hear when.
There you go. This is. Are you? I don't want to. Okay, let's just say the camp that starts with the IU, the purple garment guys. Okay, they would say everything, and the ISU, the guys that look like a motorcycle gang would say, it's a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory. Those fat dumbasses even say that the Ishmaelites did the Twin Tower thing. They still even say that to this day. That's how dumb they are, man. Right? It's a conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory, man. It's a conspiracy fact because they're conspiring against Jacob's trouble is going to be the world's trouble, man. But Jake is the primary target. Why? Because Jacob is the next ruler on this planet. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9. Jacob is the end of this world, and no, Slakia, that's demon there. Esau is the end of this world. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 9. Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? Just had to say that twice. Got to confirm that. Got to confirm it.
Dangerous ideas first pop up as a conspiracy theory, but then they somehow become reality. And the concern is that rather than having a full open debate.
1 second. I just want to get a definition of conspire. People use the word conspiracy a lot, right? Make secret plans jointly to commit an unlawful or harmful act. They conspired against me. So this is a conspiracy fact, okay? That's what conspire means. They're planning stuff.
About where this whole agenda is going. It is a quiet, slow, creeping set of events where they because obviously the issue is if they were to, when I say they as in the establishment, big business, big government, big tech, if they were to say to the public at large, okay, this is the end state we want to take you in, I think most people would say, no way, I don't want to live in that world. So they can't tell us forthrightly. So what they're trying to do is slowly but surely take baby steps so that we don't notice. And
you hear that? You hear that? Slowly but surely take baby steps so the world does not notice. Aren't they doing that right now? Huh? When these lockdowns came 2.5 years ago, I'm just going back to the 19. The you know what 19. The third letter in the alphabet, stroke 19. Okay. When that happened 2.5 years ago, March 2020, it was a shock to the world. Right? It was a shock. 2.5 years later, people are used to it. You got people like Mike Epps joking about the 19 wars, saying that what, Jake will take it. If it was give me a mango Moderna jab, or give me raspberry, whatever kind of jab. He's making jokes about it. And then he starts talking about, even comedians are even trying to promote it to our own to take it. He was saying, he had some kind of, Mike Epps had some kind of Netflix special, and he said, yeah, I wasn't going to take it. I was against it. I was going against it. But they said I wasn't going to get my next Netflix special, and I wasn't going to get paid, so I took it. We don't know whether that's true or not. He's probably just saying that just so the world can take it. They're all part of it. They're all part of it. Because you can't live that sort of life and have what he has, even though he's just a comedian for mainly Jake, but the world knows Mike Epps. He's definitely, part of that world, man. Because you can't go on Steve Harvey's chat show and George Lopez when he was around and hang out with Snoop Dogg and all this and that and the third, and live in gated Edomite neighborhoods and have millions of dollars or all that kind of thing, and not be a part of the Boule world, man. He's definitely part of it. Okay, he even jokes about men coming behind him and licking his neck and shit. Those are the rituals that these MFers have to do, man. Having a man lick another man's, oh man, it's just disgusting even just repeat that term. But I'm just giving you raw, man, because this is how it goes down. And these are the people, same people, just for fiat currency, right? That's fake. Would sell their own mothers out, man, just so they can wear their Louis Vuitton or Versace, clothes or whatever, and wear their chunky gold chains and all that, and drive their, Rolls Royce Ghosts, if that's what you call it, They think America's gonna go on forever, man. Crazy. Anyways, carry on. Okay, so what? Let's getting back to the fact of the matter. He was saying that they're trying to introduce it via baby steps. Let's go back a little bit.
So they can't tell us forthrightly. So what they're trying to do is slowly but surely take baby steps so that we don't notice. and they take us to the destination that they want to. And obviously, in the context of our last show about the World Economic Forum, I mean that's why a lot of Australians, but people around the world, have very large concerns about where is the world headed, and this whole notion that an Australian bank would say to its customers, we want to do a survey and we want to see if you would voluntarily be microchipped. Completely nuts.
Well, it is crazy. I mean, I happen to know a few things internationally. That I know that there's a company in the US who's arguing that people already use mobile phones today, and they have biometrics on those mobile phones, fingerprint or face, whatever, right? And what that basically means is that you've got already a connectivity to do with your person and your functionality. So why not just take the next step, which is basically chipping your arm, and who needs a mobile phone anymore? And of course, there are a few high tech people who actually have already gone down that route and actually have chipped themselves and are using it as part of their own experiments, or whatever. But the idea of pushing this more generally into the population, and I can't help but say, well, you just have a chip and you have central bank digital currency, put those two things together, and what have you got?
Indeed. So Martin, just so we can demonstrate to our audience that we're not making this up, let's actually put slide 1 on the screen. So the viewer who sent this to me, her name's Lisa, and I'll just leave it at that. But I just want to quote from this.
Look at this. Look at this. Suncorp Bank. I've never heard of it because I think it's just an Australian firm because they're not based in the UK from what I know. Because you've got the standard Barclays, Lloyds, HSBC, Abbey National. The large European ones, which are probably quite familiar in America. Suncorp is probably like the equivalent of Bank of America, I guess. I mean, look this is what they send you. They show like an X-ray with a chip in it. Look. Let's see what he's going to say.
Email, because there is something which is, I think, fundamentally wrong. So if we just look at the second sentence in the first paragraph, it says, quote, considering how much closer we are with technology, it makes sense for the next step to be keeping it inside our bodies with microchips. Right. I mean, look, it makes no sense as to why we would voluntarily submit ourselves to a bank to put a microchip in ourselves. And so for Suncorp,
you won't be volunteering. Okay, you're going to be put into a corner. They're going to push you into a corner, and then you're going to be in a situation between, as they say, a rock and a hard place. You're going to be hungry. You're going to be thirsty. You're going to have bills to pay. Yeah. Okay, and if you're a parent and you got a wife and children, your wife's going to be, or your woman going to be bitching at you. Just go and get it. Just go and get it. Go and get it. Daddy, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. And most men are going to cave in. You know what I mean? Especially the ones that don't have a covering. And Lord willing, hopefully, we got the covering too. Lord willing, I got the covering. But at the end of the day, you know as well as I do, especially there's a confidence and a faith that you have, an excitement that you have with this happening, that you're going to be all right. No matter what happens, the Lord got you, man. The Lord's going to get you through. He brought us thus far, right? This far. And we've gone through whatever we've gone through over the last, how long we've been living, 20, 30 years or whatever. 35 years, you've gone through what you've gone through, and you come this far. And you realize, okay, you've gone through hell, but you're in a better place than you were, say, 10 years ago. You're not a millionaire or nothing. It's none of that nonsense, but I'm just saying that, you're in a better place. And obviously, the curses are going to slowly come off Jake. And you can see slowly but surely the way Esau was transitioning into power during the Renaissance period, where there were certain Jakes who were still in power at that time, but Esau was coming up. Now the same thing's happening now. Tables are turning, okay? Where there's Edomites that are homeless. They were mainly 99.99% of the time you see people homeless walking around looking like cave people are Edomites. Okay, are Edomites straight up. You don't see no visible people of of color. Basically, you don't see Jake anyway. I've probably seen one Jake, man. That's about it. And I'll give that. Well, I'll leave that one there. You know what I mean? Because and Yeah, the curses, man. And then you see a lot of Jakes with fun. Jake's always had decent looking heathen women, but that's been amplified, especially in this "We Are the World" generation where they promote mixed relationships. Because I remember back in the 80s and 90s, they would never show a cracker with a brown woman. Nowadays, they show this scraggly looking cracker, an Edomite, with a beautiful, either a Latina or a beautiful East Indian girl. And the East Indian girls that they choose, I can tell by looking at them. This is because I've been around them, and I know who's Jake and who's not. You can just certain tell. You can tell through the spirit. Those that are raised in the UK, basically, they have beautiful women of color with Esau. Okay, in these adverts and commercials and all that. And then they have on the flip side, they have Jake, right, and men of color, Israelite foreigners or heathen men or whatever, with Edomite women. And the Edomite women aren't that nice looking, man. They show, they're promoting that we are the world spirit, that one world. Hence the reason why they're promoting a lot of this, even these superhero movies. They're showing Esau with a Moabite woman or whatever, you know. They're using Eve in certain movies to make comments like, "Oh, I like blonde men," or "I like redheaded men," all that kind of. And Eve is saying that, they're trying to promote all that, so Eve can hear it, because women are easily led, right? And women hear that shit and they're gonna follow. But then on the flip side, right, as the curses are coming off slowly but surely, they're still there. But don't get it twisted. You see a lot of Jake with a lot of women of other nations and couples and stuff like that. That's fine because the children are still going to be Jake. If we get that far in this kingdom, but we don't have long left here. And then you see a lot of YouTube millionaires, man. A lot of Jake making money through YouTube and stuff like that. They've got their businesses, with e-commerce and all that kind of stuff. Jake's always been the salt of the earth and very have an entrepreneurship. So you can see that happening, and and people, as get back to the fact of the matter, people are going to be pushed into the corner to take this. It's not going to be a volunteer. Or if you don't want it, it's okay. You can still use your debit card. You can still use your digital wallet from your phone. It's not going to be like that. This is going to be first. They're going to say, "Oh, if you want to take it, take it." Then it's going to be like, "Oh, you have to take it because financial crash or systems are changing, or it's changing the complete infrastructure of the financial system." Then they're going to say you have to take it. And then you don't have to, if you don't want to take it, you don't get this. And then you starve people out. Then people are going to volunteer to take it. Then there are going to be bands of people trying to fight back. Probably having rat burgers and stuff like that. It's a couple of Edomite crews with AKs and all that kind of stuff. And Jake will be doing his Wild West thing as well. But the elect won't take it, and the elect will get power. That power is going to come. Okay, that surge of energy that you guys are feeling right now. You have days where you feel tired and you feel worn out, but you get that surge of energy, and you're thinking, where is that coming from? And you feel your body getting warm, and this, especially when you're praying or whatever especially when you're in the spirit, that surge of energy that comes. That's just a little. The Lord just gave me a little touch of it there, man. Can you imagine when it's fully turned on and you got to really get down? You see into Isaiah 59:19, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Let's carry on the video.
To send out this communication. This communication was sent roughly around the 12th of August, so about a week and a half ago. So for someone
okay, it's 12th of August, so it's all this last month. What's the date today again? It's the Day of Atonement tonight. So yeah, about a fortnight ago, 2 weeks ago. It's not even a month old. All this news. So this is happening, bruv. And let's get it popping. Let's get it on and popping, as they say, as Jake says.
Some corporates say it makes sense that the next evolution of in terms of banking and the financial system is for customers to implant themselves with chips so that they can deal easy with the bank. I mean, I don't understand what these people are thinking because it makes no sense to me. And well, we're going to get to it into a second because there's been a very significant PR backlash with Suncorp, and that.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't want to play too much of it. You got the what the scenario here is. Okay, this is what they're doing. They're pushing it slowly but surely. I'm just gonna go into a few scriptures. those that took the C19 and that will eventually take this, you know, these people, okay, the World Health Organization, WHO, right, and every physician you see promoting all these lies, they, Job says, Job 13 verse 4, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. They're liars, man. They're lies, 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 lies. Okay, all right. And the elect, man, they're not gonna take this, because if you're the hopeful elect, you're gonna have a certain confidence about you. You're gonna have a certain assurance about you. Yeah, yeah, we have our doubts. Most of the time it's hell. Then because 1 minute you could be on top of the world, feeling good about yourself and everything. You know what I mean? And the next minute, you feel like crap. You just wanna just you just want to be just sitting alone in a room, having a drink, and just trying to sort of like just sort of like get some understanding and clarity of what's going on, and then filter it through the scriptures. Whatever situation that you may be going through. You know, that's how it is. It's like a roller coaster ride. It's always ups and downs, man. You know, but the scriptures are our comfort, man. Okay, I just want to go into Second Ezra 6 verse 9 as well. I just want to because I want to make sure that. It's a beautiful scripture of what's happening right now. The transition is taking place. Second Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau, the so-called white man, Edomites, is the end of the world, and Jacob, okay, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, and Israelites that are scattered all across the earth, pursuant to Isaiah 11:11 and 11 and 12. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay. Okay, the world abideth forever. The world's not going to be destroyed. This is a change. It's going to be a change of power, change of rulership. Okay, change of ownership. It's always Jacob's from the beginning. Esau was just leasing the world for a short while, if you want to use that term, worldly term, or renting it. And he's done a shoddy job of this world. It needs new management. Okay, and Yahweh Shai is going to return, and everything's going to be put back into place, man. When Yahweh Shai returns, man, it's going to be like scary and a relief at the same time. You know what I mean? But it's got to happen, man. Because we can't keep going in circles and living this mundane existence. You got to get the F out of here. Okay? Let's just go into a spiritual power scripture where, when the enemy's going to come in like a flood, man, Okay? They could surround your house, They could have helicopters above your house, They could have, the police could be, whatever. It could be like just people that know of you, your neighbors or whatever, that they could surround your house, if you got a beautiful daughters or if you got beautiful woman or whatever, they could be surrounding your house to take them, you know. I mean, let's get real about it. There could be moles amongst them that could be looking you that way, They probably want to take you. It's gonna get like that out here, man. And I mean, the elect are protected from that anyway, that kind of filth, But it's gonna get like that, Army. You're gonna go against the centurions. You're gonna go against the so-called government. It's gonna happen. It's gonna get real like that, man. Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, shall lift up a standard against him. And that's spiritual power, man. Okay? Jakes are going to be flying. Jakes are going to be shooting laser beams out their eyes. Jakes are going to be, might even gain a bit of stature, whatever. They're going to get power, man. They're going to be doing some major damage out here, bro. And this is even before the complete transition into the new bodies. Okay, so Jake's gonna get a little bit of that power where we're gonna need it, man. We're gonna need this power because we're in that time where we need that sort of power. In the ancient world, you don't need that sort of power. The Lord will put spirit on you to deal with the scenario at that specific point in time. Okay, at that time you don't need laser beams shooting at your eyes. What you needed was speed, agility, good weapons, and the Lord's blessing on you, and you could take out 1,000 men. You know, the way Samson took out 1,000 Hamites or Philistines with a jawbone of an ass. Okay, it was on his hand. It was like it was welded, and he was just cutting them up and juking them and taking them out. Yeah, that was a power needed at that specific point in time. But now, with modern technology, and we're at the end, the Lord's going to amplify that, man. Okay, there's going to be 144,000 Supermen. Okay, better than Supermen, more royal looking than Superman. Superman's just an Edomite image. Okay, what Esau wants to be, but they'll never ever get there. Never. They can dream about it, but they can never have it. Okay, well, we can dream about it, the power, but Lord willing, we'll get it, and a lot of our brothers will. Okay, on this side, but on the side to come, it's a sure thing all the way, man. I don't want Ratazal, may that day come soon. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on the kharagma. You know, I digressed here and there a little bit, but I guess it was just, you know, I just touch on so many different little points that come to your mind, you know. But anyway, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kodash, Wa Abad, Babal, Kwam Yashrala.